delivery. I'm gonna pull away from their house so I don't look like a creeper while I wait for my next order to come through. If you hear a chime, that's what that is. First reason why you should be doing Uber Eats, especially if you are a stay-at-home mom. Number one, zero commitment. There is no set hours when you have to be there. I know some apps like, I think DoorDash or Grubhub, one of those, there's like set hours that you sign up for and you go during this 2-hour window unless it's a high time, and then it doesn't matter. You can go whenever you want as long as there's a high demand. With Uber Eats, you can go whenever you want, which is a huge thing for us because my husband's schedule is all over the place. He's a flight instructor building his hours until he has enough to get hired at an airline, and he and his students coordinate together when their classes are going to be. So it's based on both of their availabilities, and he'll have, 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the afternoon, nothing in the evening, or switched. So based on when he's working, I can work the breakfast rush or the lunch rush or the dinner rush. You can go in the in-between times, and sometimes you'll get a grocery shopping order or a random order here and there. You can still work during those times, and you are going to get orders. At least that's been my experience in an urban setting. Not in a huge city, like I don't work down in Phoenix or Tempe in Arizona. I work in Mesa, in like neighborhoods, with small shopping complexes and things. And I find that the hottest time is from 4:30 on until like 9 o'clock at night. However, I'm a scaredy cat, and when the sun goes down and it's pitch black, I don't work anymore. Just for my personal safety. I think if I had some maybe protective equipment and like someone, I was working a night one time because I was just got an order, and when I delivered it, the sun went down between when I got the order and delivered the order. Another lady was delivering, I was delivering their dinner. This lady was delivering their dessert, and she had a huge floodlight in her hand. I was like, genius. So I need to get me a floodlight for when that happens. Just because there are crazy people out there. There really are. So you do want to consider your safety. But my point was, there's no time commitment. So I literally can go online for 30 minutes, do one delivery, and be like, I'm done. And I could stop. Or if my husband contacts me and he's like, the baby's crying, she won't stop, can you come home? Which never happens because he's as capable of helping her as I am. So that's never a problem, but that's just an example. I can come home at any time if something were to happen and I needed to go home. But I also can work as long as I want. If you go do Uber Eats at 3 in the morning, you are going to get orders. That's actually when a lot of orders go through because people don't want to leave the house, but they're hungry and they want Chick-fil-A. So they order Chick-fil-A. Anyways, there is no commitment. So at the drop of a hat, I can tell my husband, today was rough. I know you don't have any flights tonight. I need to go out, so let's do a swap. And often I will go meet up with him down by his work because where we live is out in the middle of fields, like cotton fields and alfalfa fields. There's nothing there. I drive 30 minutes over to East Mesa where I can actually get a lot of really good dinner orders. So, and that's where he works, is that area. So I often will drive for the kids, meet him there, we'll swap vehicles, and he'll take the kids and go home, or they'll go to a park on the way home. He does dinner time. I try and have like dinner made. Like tonight I had like a baked ziti casserole in the fridge that all he had to do was pop it in and warm it up. But more often than not, this happens at the drop of a hat. And so he's like, okay, what can I do here? And he figures something out, which has been nice. He's learning how to get dinner going on his own, and like that sounds like he's dumb. It's not. I usually make dinner. He's not used to being like, everybody's hungry. What do I do? And go look in the fridge and look in the cupboards and come up with a meal. So he's getting that skill, which is fun. And he's depending less and less on me to know what is for dinner. So things are becoming more half and half, and it's great. I know a lot of people don't have the same flexibility that we have right now with his job, but most people I know, a lot of our friends, their husbands get off at 5 p.m. and come home. They're home by 5:30. It is dinner time. So this isn't for everybody, but if it were us and he had a normal 9 to 5 job, I would be ready to go at 5:30, and I would go out 5:30 to 7:30, and I would get some work done. Because we're at a point in our lives where he's starting out in his career, and so we don't make a lot right now, and we need the extra cash, and I need the time away. So that was a long tangent, but point number 1, flexibility. Okay, point number 2, I kind of already touched on it, but a big one for stay-at-home moms is getting out of the house in a healthier, less expensive way. So let me explain. Most mom friends that I have that are stay-at-home moms, and me included for many years, if we had a rough day with kids, or it'd been like a week since we left the house, things like that, we would be like, okay, we're gonna go to Target, or honey, you're watching the kids tonight, I'm gonna go grab a burger and walk around Target or walk around Walmart. I'm gonna look at the clearance section. I'm gonna go to my favorite store. I'm just gonna go wander around just so I can be alone, because we have nowhere else to go, really, is what it is. We have nowhere else to go, and we don't have money to just throw around and go to a painting class or a whatever kind of class, which that would be ideal if we had a once a week class to go to and get out. But other than that, we're like, we have nowhere to go. So I'm going to go walk around Target or Home Goods or Ross. And what happens? It's not in the budget. We don't have money to spend. But this thing is on clearance that I've been maybe possibly thinking about getting. And it's $5, and it's just too good of a deal. I don't know, look, Target Dollar Spot had little individual kinetic sands. Oh, I'll get those for the kids. And it makes you not feel guilty for leaving them to go wander around Target. It's real. You're like, I need some time to myself. You go to wander around, and then you feel guilty because you're not being productive. You're not with your family. You're not with your husband. And, so you feel bad. And you end up spending $20 to $50 that you also did not have in the budget. Oh, what a burger to Gilbert. Nice. Okay, I just got an order. That's what happened there. $10 for an estimated 30-minute delivery from Whataburger out to Gilbert. So that's what I aim for, is $10 per half hour. So I end up making, on average, $20 an hour. That's before cost of gas, of course. But that is what I aim for. And we have a hybrid vehicle, so I get really good gas mileage. So the gas cost is fairly negligible, thankfully. I mean, it's still there, but it's nothing crazy. So, anyways, so my point being, I would go wander around these stores, spend money, or be like, I really want to spend money because it gives you that dopamine hit. So I would buy a loaf of bread. I would buy a head of celery. I would buy some rosemary, whatever, and be like, well, we will need this eventually. That's how I justified it. We will need this eventually, like next week. We will need a loaf of bread at some point, so I'm not wasting money. This is a wise way to get the dopamine hit, But it wasn't in the budget. It was still $30 that should not have been spent that night. But you're looking for the dopamine hit. You're looking for time away by yourself. You're looking for something that feels productive. And that's what happens. And then you get home and you feel guilty and you don't actually feel refreshed. You don't feel better because you've got this lingering guilt over your head. So working Eats has been a solution to all of it, because I get time by myself. I get to go out and be around other people, and sometimes I need that to like recharge my batteries as a human. I need to go be around other humans. I get to go in stores, I get to pick up people's orders, and I find that I get that same dopamine rush, that hit from purchasing an order for somebody else with somebody else's money and then going and dropping it off at their house. Like, I don't even get to keep it, and I still get the same hit. I still get that same, and it sounds bad, but that's just what our brains is doing. It's searching for that rush, and this is a better way to do that. And I get to go in new restaurants I've never been in before. There's so many places that I've passed before and been like, I wonder what their prices are like. I wonder what their food is like. I wonder, you know, all these things about it, and I want to go in and look, but if I don't stay, then I feel bad and it feels wrong. So I get to go see all these new places and be around people, and I often will run into other Uber drivers, and we get to talking. Oh, are you here for a pickup? And how's your night going? Are you getting a lot of orders? What service do you deliver for? And so I've kind of made some friends. We ask each other questions like, oh, have you found, I got an order for this ghost kitchen, I can't find it, there's no phone number. And so we like help each other out, and it's really nice. I get to interact with other adults. So instead of going and spending $50 at Target that I didn't have, I go and make $50 in, 2.5 hours. I go make $50 instead, and I feel accomplished at the end of the night. So reason number 2, it saves money. Is that what it was? Yeah, alone time. I think it was alone time is what I said. I don't know. I need to write these down. That's my brain for you, mom brain. Can't remember what number I'm on and what I said the benefit was. But time to yourself. There we go. It was time to yourself. I set up my camera, so sorry for the funny angle. I thought of another reason. What was it? Oh no. Oh, it plays to my strengths as a stay-at-home mom. We do a lot of grocery shopping, so I know where everything is in the store, pretty much, or the general area to look. So when my husband does Uber Eats, when he only has a little bit of time and we don't have time to swap vehicles and for me to go out, he'll go out between lessons sometimes, and he'll get a grocery order and he will call me to walk him through where to find things, because that's faster than looking it up on the app. So it'll estimate that it's going to take me 45 minutes to find everything in the grocery store that I need to find, and I'm in and out in 25. I know where everything is, so I hit the ground running and I'm through the store so fast. And I love it. I truly enjoy it. Like the other day, I got to pick out flowers for somebody, and that was super fun. And you get to pick out their produce and make sure you're picking out, the good stuff and the best one on the rack, unlike Walmart grocery pickup where they just pick up whatever and run off. It seems like I had to stop doing pickups because I was like, did they find this at the bottom of the box? These apples are all bruised. Like, who thought this was a good plan? I got rotting potatoes once. So I try to be the opposite of that and pick the very best stuff for my customers. So I love grocery orders because it plays to my strengths. Another one, you can take your kids. I don't necessarily recommend it because it is rough. But if you need to take your kids because you need the extra money and your husband can't be with them and you just gotta go, you can take them. If you're interested in seeing how I have managed to do Uber Eats with kids in the car, I do have, I think, 2 other videos on my channel where I show you us actually going out and doing Uber Eats, and even with a baby, which it's way easier if you don't have a baby, but I made it work. And I figured out that in my van, not my hybrid vehicle, in my van, which is an older Chrysler, it's like 2012 or 2013, something like that, it only gets about 19 or 20 miles to the gallon, and so it's kind of a gas guzzler in that regard. But even then, I still made enough per hour to be equivalent to me leaving my children and going to an unskilled labor job. Fast food, child care, any of those jobs, which most of those would require me to leave my kids and to have set hours and still take gas to get to and from, and probably be a lot more stressful. And if I decided I didn't want to do it anymore, I would have to actually quit. So I like this a lot better, and if we can make it work where I can go out without the kids, I do make a lot more per hour because I'm a little bit faster, and I can go in the hybrid vehicle that gets way better gas mileage. However, it is still worth it in a 20 miles to the gallon van with kids in the car. We've done it before where we desperately needed the money. So my husband took 2 kids and I took 2 kids because we have 4 total. And we both went out with all the kids. And they actually really love it. They love going out and doing Uber Eats, and they keep asking when they get to go again. So it's not hard on the kids. They don't hate it. And as soon as they're tired, we turn off the app, we're done. If we need to, like I was actively nursing when we did that a lot, and I would have to turn off the app, like, you know, and stop and feed the baby. And I would coordinate it so I was at a park where whichever other kid was with me would get to play at the park while I was nursing the baby, and then we would keep going.
800 feet,
and
left
we would have snacks. We hardly ever do tablet time, screen time. Like, we try and keep that pretty
Take the next left
sparse.
onto East Walnut Road, then turn right onto South Ellsworth Road.
Oh, that was my map telling me to go a different way, and I missed my turn. But we would use the tablet during those
In
times,
1,000 feet,
and they
use the left 2 lanes
thought it
to
was,
turn left onto South Rittenhouse Road.
they thought it was the greatest thing ever. They loved it. So you can do it. You can make it work. And if you have less than 4 children, it's going to be a whole lot easier. If you've just got 1 or 2 kids, completely doable. What reason are we up to now? 5? I think 5, maybe 4, but we're going to say 5. We're going to say reason number 5. Why Uber Eats, why you should be doing Uber Eats as a stay-at-home mom. It has been awesome for my husband. So we've been married 10 years, 10 and a half years, and he has always worked so hard every second of the day. He does his day job, and then he's always had a side hustle, something else. He's charged the bird scooters around the city. He has done handyman work. He's installed backsplashes for people. He's patched stucco work. He has cleaned carpets. He's, you know, anytime someone's like, I need just an extra worker for the weekend, he's on it. And he's been an Uber driver, Uber Eats driver, done the grocery shopping. He does Amazon deliveries, which is a set. Like, you pick 4 hours and that's your time slot. He's done it all, and normally all the weight is on him, and he's never home, and he doesn't get to see the kids, and we're working really hard so that
Use the left 2 lanes
can
to turn
have
left onto South Rittenhouse
a
Road.
better career, and he can be with us more. But for, you know, a very long time, it's been we see daddy on Sunday, and here and there in the evening or in the morning, or, you know, it's very sporadic. And we chose for it to be that way, for him to have the career and for me to be at home with the kids. And my career right now is raising them, and we homeschool, and I have a lot of hobbies and things that I do and work that I do. But having 2 to 3 nights a week where I go out and I work and he gets to go home with the kids, in my mind I'm like, oh, he still has to work. He's got to make dinner. He's got to change the baby's diaper. He's got to make sure everybody's showered and cleaned and in clean clothes and gets ready for bed and gets in bed, and he reads stories and picks things up and puts them away. And I was like, that's still work. But he's told me that he loves it because it's giving him time with the kids he's never gotten to have before. And it's giving him an opportunity to take some things off of my plate that would normally be my responsibility, and I'm taking something off his plate that would normally be his responsibility. Now, we don't want to switch roles by any means. I want to be, the stay-at-home mom raising the babies, and he wants to have his career. But it's nice to have like a 10% variant in either direction where he gets to be with the kids and spend that time with them and put them to bed and read them stories. And he doesn't have to worry that he isn't out making money, because I am. I'm out making money. So neither one of us has to be stressed. So reason number 5 is because it's been awesome for my husband. And for me. I'm really enjoying it. A bonus one for you. So this is, I think, number 6. Reason number 6 why you as a stay-at-home mom should be doing Uber Eats. No one is touching you or calling your name. I feel like I don't even really have to explain that one. If you're a stay-at-home mom, you know. No one is touching you. And no one is calling your name. Even if someone is letting you know that your order is ready for pickup, they're not saying my name. They're saying the name of the person on the order. So at no point in the night is someone going to say my name or call mama. And nobody's going to sit on my lap and nobody's going to touch me. And you guys understand, I love my kids. I love being there for them. I love teaching them, baking with them, doing all the things together. We set up a hydroponic garden today, and I loved every second of it. It was so fun sharing something I love with them, and I don't mind snuggling them. First thing in the morning, they're all piling in my bed saying good morning, and I love it, and I love that they call me mama. It's such an honor. It really is such an honor to have these fragile, beautiful little human lives depending on me and wanting to be with me. But I feel like we're also only able to handle so much physical touch before our bodies are like, freak out and like, don't touch me anymore. I need a break. I need nothing to touch me right now. And that's just reality, and that is okay. And I feel like because I get a break from being touched, I'm much more likely to be like, come here, let's snuggle and read a book. And I've definitely found that to be huge in my life. My mental health is having a break makes it so I love the time that I am with them instead of just waiting for it to be over, waiting for them to go to bed. I look forward to being with them because I also get a break from being with them. And that's huge, especially because we homeschool. My kids, I don't drop them off for 8 hours a day anywhere. They're with me. I'm their teacher. Our house is their classroom. Well, the whole world is their classroom. And we love it, and I wouldn't have it any other way. But we're still human, and we still need a break from each other. So, that's my final reason for this video.